Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. The research paper is to be presented is titled Success Factor in Mathematics Achievement in Polytechnic by Gender. I am Mohd Rizal, the presenter for the slide. This project is completed together with Dr. Ling Ying-Leh. As we know, student perception, regardless of their level of education, mathematics is always identified as engaging in individual learning, unclear to apply, uninteresting, difficult to understand, and fearful of learning. The question is, why is mathematics important to learn regardless of the gender? Our understanding, the reality now is that students are studying mathematics just to pass an exam, and they do not know their goal, why they need to study in mathematics. Why is mathematics important? Research identifies that mathematics is important because it is about problem-solving concept and where to apply the concept. Also, it covers various stages of life and work. Besides, mathematics help to formulate important decisions. At the same time, it transforms attitude and behavior into educated. Lastly, mathematics capable of increasing competitiveness. The success and failure of students in mathematics, regardless of gender, are not only depend on certain factors, but it also involves in all factors in the learning process. There is no denying the role of mathematics as a catalyst for the development of science, engineering, and technology. To master mathematics, in other words, students must be skilled in use of ideas, do generalization, have skill in researching, doing analyzing, and justify a strategy. Understanding mathematics learning also determines the ability of individual to answer the question poses, to explain the reason logically, to compare the method, and to solve the problem, to solve mathematical problem. In the context of Polytechnic, students must have a strong mathematics foundation to apply the knowledge in their chosen field. In Polytechnic, different mathematics courses are offered to provide and to stimulate students so they can master their program of study. As educator, main part should be considered is to work together with colleagues to understand the purpose of mathematics concept and continuous learning. Purpose research need to be carried out. First, to identify the dominant factor affecting student success in mathematics at the Polytechnic. Then, to determine if there are any significant difference in the success factor in the student mathematical learning by gender. Research methodology, sampling and population. The study population consists of students pursuing full-time study for the December 2019 session in diploma program. The respondent in this study comprised of group of students who have successfully graduated and achieved satisfactory achievement in mathematics each semester. For your information, a total of 84 students comprising that represent 49 male respondents and 35 male respondents. The study instrument consists of set of questions adapted from Anthony instrument. The question is considered in two sections. Section A contains items about the profile of respondent, including details such as gender and department of student. Section B consists of items of success in mathematics achievement. The questionnaire was answered by successfully responded in mathematical learning. A total 39 items was adapted in the successful questionnaire set. The instrument is used to consist of 6-point Likert scale. The Likert scale is been chosen based on easy of use, easy to use, and easy to answer by respondent. The pilot study will be undertaken to determine the feasibility or validity of the project to be pursued. The reliability coefficient obtained in the object pilot study was high as 0.975, whereas the reliability coefficient was acceptable. In this regard, Steiner also argues that a large Cambridge alpha value is acceptable if the dimension of the study is related. The collected data were quantitatively analyzed. The collection of questions collected was transferred into Microsoft Excel for data collection and filtering purpose. These data were then analyzed using the SPSS version 26. The table shows the analysis used according to identify study object. Research object to determine the dominant factor affecting student success in learning method, research analysis, mean and percentage. To determine whether there is a significant difference in the success factor in student mathematical learning by gender, research analysis we're using independent simple t-test. This is the research implementation procedure. Research finding. Descriptive finding of success factor in mathematics and inferential finding on significant difference in success factor mathematics achievement on gender. From analysis performed, the researcher has identified from different categories based on the mean score into 4 section category. Mean score of 1.00 to 4.41 is being categorized as low. Mean score of 4.42 to 4.71 being categorized as below average. Mean score of 4.72 to 5.09 being at above an average, and mean score of 5.10 to 6.00 being categorized as high level category. From analysis, 11 items placed in high level category. What we display here have top 3 items with higher mean score under the high level category response. Item 12, 28, and 10. So the factors included in high level category are helpful instructor, commitment in teaching and learning. From analysis, 14 items placed in above average category. Where we display here is top 3 items with highest mean score gained under the above average category. Item 5, 13, and 6. From here, what we have identified including student awareness to seek for guide and help. From analysis, also 11 items placed in below average category. What we display here, top 3 items with below average mean score. Item number 4 is represent I'm committed to doing all the work. Item 3, I always make sure the basic of each topic are understood. And item 25, I have the ability to withstand stress. We display 3 items in highest mean score under low category. From the slide, item 20 obtained the mean score of 4.40 and followed by 4.39 for item 22. And third item, I am managing the time well, achieved the mean score 4.23. All these 3 items placed in low category. The findings show that there are significant difference between success factor focused on consistently learning with gender, where female respondents show highest mean score than male respondents. Next, the finding also identify the significant difference between attendance of lecturer on high regular basis with gender. Next, students identify strong student initiative throughout the college, especially writing skill by taken class note are shown the significant difference where where female respondent with high mean score compared to the male respondent. Last, control learning environment shows significant difference between gender where male respondent achieve high mean score compared to female respondent. Now we look at research implication. There are 4 main factors including focus on learning, attending lecture regularly, taking note on lecture given during lecture, control learning environment. The result also found that the gender factor effect these four key factors of significance is. From the study, researcher identified the importance of top 3 success factors of female respondents. First is more focus on the learning process, learning consistently from time to time to improve their understanding of mathematics. Pursuing college with satisfactory attendance rate have a greater impact on their learning outcome. Lastly, attending lecture as well as focusing on learning among the female respondents help to master the information and mastery of mathematics subject provided by lecturer more effectively. Give the student initiative in taking note throughout the lecture influence the student performance in mathematics. This research also identified that male students were more likely to focus in controlled learning environment, need to study with a supervision of lecturer or with encouragement when with peer. Need consistent learning technique and learning strategy to master math subject. Suggestion: the finding of this study lead to the need for educators to improve their knowledge and skills to challenge, guide, advise, and promote conducive environment. As a starting point for the future voice of students and educators to come together to create a comfortable learning environment, do considering that quality of learning that educators want to create. Conclusion: more studies should be conducted to compare student and teacher voice as this process is based. Emphasis of psychology in learning should be emphasized through the real application and not the paper alone. In determining the dominant factor, it remains a dominant of student achievement in mathematics learning. Lecture should be acting as a facilitator, especially for boys and girls who can align learning needs with the future student. Educator should not only be familiar with the content and of the subject, but should also learn and update method and technique in training and support. It is important to ensure that the attention and interest of the student are formed throughout the entire learning process. Thank you very much.